The reflexivity theory is largely about perspective. It's about stepping back, examining behaviour and motive, both your own and others. I'm Annie Hood. Hello and welcome to Well Intel Daily. This is the podcast that joins the dots on wellbeing perspective and everyday relevance. You might remember George Soros, and if you work in the financial markets, you certainly will. He's known as the man who broke the Bank of England, and he made what's called a short sale with $10 billion worth of pounds sterling and made $1 billion during the 92 Black Wednesday crisis. A short sale means that the investor will profit if the value of the asset falls, and it certainly did. He formulated the general theory of reflexivity on capital markets. It's based on a social theory that refers to circular relationships between cause and effect, particularly as they're embedded in our human belief structures. In other words, he had a very canny sense of what others would do and how the markets would play out as a result of their behaviour. And he was able to stand back and know that everyone has a different perspective on the facts or the actual state of affairs. And more simply still, it makes me think of a relationship between two people when things go wrong. And that phrase, there are three sides to every story. The two people's biased perspective and the facts or reality of the truth. And the reason I'm sharing this and why it matters is that the challenges of the day can be seen through a reflexivity lens. It's so easy to get in the weeds of life or running a business. What reflexivity is an act of self-reference, checking in on yourself, your feelings, your reactions, and your motives. It's personal trust, and also it's confidence in reading what's happening around you. And it feels shrewd for you and I to hone that sense of awareness and consciousness and where we sit within it, particularly from a business perspective, point of view, and considering how the future really is going to play out, not how we hope it plays out, but based on our instinct, facts, and an ability to step back and look at what's happening. An extra point to note in relation to George Soros, if you watch the film The Big Short, which came out around 2015-16, you'll remember that Michael Burry was the genius who predicted the 2008 global financial crash, and he bet against the housing market. He took advantage of his research and his findings that the housing market was overvalued, unstable, and it would soon crash. And his bet paid off. And it was reported a couple of weeks ago that he has made a 1.6 billion bet against the stock market, predicting a crash by the end of this year. Now, the takeaway here is about perspective, awareness, and reality. It matters because there's so much going on. So stay connected, eyes wide open, ears wide open. Just be aware. On Thursday, what's your long-term plan for business? Join me personally for your own conversation and tailored advisory at wellintellect.com. Do follow, share, review, and of course, be well.